fuckers. Get off my lawn.
Hola, soy Dora. Do you see a killer? Where is he?
Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. What's up, forehead? How we doing today? I don't know if you could tell what we're doing or not, but these things suck. Getting new ones. Got a whole new assembly, whole different jazz. The problem with it is it comes with so many wires. They have to go back in behind here. The first things first is we gotta take the old one off. Let me tell you, I am a trained professional, but I don't know how to do this. I've never done it before. The best part is it comes with instructions and tells me what is what. Oh damn, I must have thrown something at me. That sucks. First things first is we have to take definitely this whole fairing off to get to the outside of this, right? The good thing is it's only held on by like 4 screws and then the mirror bolts. So without further ado, let's get into this because there's also some other things that we need to go over. We got Allen key here, Phillips head here. Simple enough, right? Don't question my methods, it works. I swear I've never done this before. Okay. Now we can go over to the other side where there's actual light. Okay, so we got 3 of the same things over here. We got a plastic washer on all of them, but the washer sunk through the holes. So the washer did absolutely nothing. Now this will be separate from everything else. Now we got to get these mirrors off. Well, you're not looking at mirrors, are you? I can lift you back up here real quick. Don't you worry. Daddy's here to take care of you. I really ate into them when I put them in when they were loose, if you guys can remember when that was. So we'll start with this side, front and back. And this will be to the right. And then the back side. I love the back side. That's why I had to smack it a couple times. Now if you could work with me here in any possible way, I would be real appreciative. So sometimes the back side will give you a bit of a problem because that's the side that the mirror actually goes towards. You're definitely gonna have to set your mirrors when you put them back. I'm telling you that now and not at the end of the video. And this will go on this side. Future me, since you're so far back there, we're going for this screw. And there's one on the other side. They are going to be Phillips head as well. Sometimes you need a little extendo, but Joe Biden doesn't want that, so you can't have it anyway, I guess. Because he's daddy and what he says go, I guess. I don't really agree with it. I say come and take it. I need this extendo. Now this may just be just for the light, but even if it is, it's out anyway. And there's like 4 plastic washers on that one screw. And then the next one. And then there's this one. We're gonna put them back here so they go on the back side of this fairing. What in the... Oh, tricky. So you guys remember when I said I don't like my Suzuki? It was easier to work on my ZX6. Okay, well, let me give you another reason. This right here, this right here, this right here, those are all bolts into the front frame, headlight frame, whatever you want to call it. They go into the windshield as well. I thought they were just windshield bolts. So I'm just going to finish the windshield off because the windshield will give us top-down access. So we got top-down access to the gauge cluster. It's got some plastic clips and a screw. Come on, future me. Future me probably doesn't see it, but it's right there. So I'll take that off now. Kind of have to tip this back to get to that screw. Now that we have access to the screw, that's supposed to be on some sort of bracket, but it looks like the bracket's broken. We're gonna put this by the windshield bolts. Now we got plastic clips back here. You kind of just pinch them in, then it'll pop up. One. Not a fan of Suzuki's, guys. And then I'm gonna take the gauge cluster out of here and move it out of the way. There it is. Ah, yes, got it. The light harness, and then this should be clear as long as nothing's hanging on the... Yeah, baby. So this is what we're looking at. Okay, so this is the old housing. The new housing is right over here. This looks like it's held in by another 2 Phillips heads. Simple enough. And then, please, you say no. I say please, you say no. Why no? Oh, you say yes now. Perfect. I love you? Oh, that's why. Okay. Grippies. Awesome, that has the grippies in it. Dude, I fuck with this company. What is the name of this company here? ntfairing.com. That's probably not right, but this is the company. They actually have the shit that you don't think about and actually need. So props to these guys. Alright, so we're gonna take the new headlight and just kind of put it in, right? But I don't know what all this stuff exactly is for, because some of the things say control, some things don't. So the best way to figure it out is to give power to these. I could use the truck battery to figure out what works. So we're gonna go over and just do the truck thing now, because I think this headlight has a white angel eye, which I'm gonna run down the road, and then I think it also has a blue one. It should have a blue one. It pictured a blue one, but I think it also has a white one, and I want to figure out what that is, or which one that these are, because if I just wire them to like an on circuit when the bike is on, then I'll constantly have them on. If I wire them to a circuit that is on to a switch and they're the white ones, I'm going to be mad, because then the switches is always going to be on and there's no need for a switch. Hit that to the black, that's the blue. If I would have wired those to a switch, I'd have been fine. But if I would have wired them straight to a circuit that's always on, it would have been an illegal bike. We don't do that around here. We don't do illegal-ish. So what I don't want to do is take this plastic off until it's actually on the bike. Call it corny, call it preservation. I just think I shouldn't even get to see how this looks until it's already on the bike. Personal opinion, you don't have to agree, and I don't care if you do or not. Gotta wait till the end. So now that I know that these are just the blue eyes, what I'm gonna do is, instead of trying to sit here and braid for 30 minutes, I'm just gonna wrap them. I'm gonna stop here and wrap the red around fully once, followed by the black. And then there's this thing right here that has things on it. I don't know what this does, but I have to do the same thing over at the truck. Now I gotta go figure out what these are. I'll be right back. Oh, these are the white eyes. Alright, so we're gonna mock everything up. The most important part of making sure everything works is a mock-up. So this is gonna be the blues. These are gonna go to a switch, which I have right here. But I don't know where to put this switch. That'll be a pretty cool location. You guys can't see this, and I feel kind of bad about it. So I can actually take all the HID stuff and work with that stuff here to get a rough idea of how long all of our wires are going to be. So I have these. I have one of this. I don't know if this is going to be the high or the low, or if they're both just high and low. That has to go to a ground. There should be another one. Here it is. There's that. That is a lot of wire, and then this is a lot of extra wire for no reason, and then this has to be somewhere close to the front for the headlight switch. I might be able to tuck all this right in there by the intake and then run what I need to out. I think that would probably be a good idea. I say probably, but I think it's actually a really good idea to do that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wire everything up and make sure the key is off. Yeah, the key is off, and then when I start hooking everything up, I won't have to worry so much about anything, and everything will go smoothly. The hardest part with adding extras and new things is wire management for all the extra stuff. Leave that there. We gotta lift this tank up, if you guys remember from the clutch video. 2 bolts in the top of the gas tank. I forgot to take the seat up too. Gotta do that. And we get direct access straight to the battery when we take the seat off as well. Like I said, this is the hardest part of all wiring, is learning where your wires are gonna go and keeping them managed and nice and neat. The good thing is we have existing harnesses to work with us in the hardest part of the process. What I recommend doing when it comes to wires is starting from the source, working your way up where you know you could tuck things in and make it a rough sketch, like writing, and then when you're done, you have everything hooked up, everything works, that's when you go through, do your final draft, your final composition, and you clean everything up. That's how I like to work, and it hasn't done me wrong all the time, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I do not like this part. This part is the least fun for me. Power wire is gonna have to come over on this side, taking it all back out. We need power from the battery, so take the battery and loosen it, shove this in there, now we got power. That can bring this all the way up to here. Well, I was thinking about putting it anyway on the other side. Oh, well that's fucking cute. Try and find a way through. Ha ha! or use the provided thing from the factory, baby. Thinking. Okay. Hey, a ground that can go right in there, baby. Perfect. Well, that is an issue. Okay, ran into the first one. That's not enough length. And I need quite a bit more. I'm gonna have to run a power wire, but that's not a big deal. But now that I know I'm gonna have to run a power wire, all I have to do is take that off and run it the rest of the way to where everything works. And then once everything works, I just run the length of the power cable, because that's the longest one. It's the only one that goes in an opposite direction. Sometimes it's not clean cut simple. Sometimes you need to use your fucking head. Sometimes I'm really bad at that part. If I knew what my fuses were, I'd be able to just plug these into it's like the low beam fuse or whatever. So this right here is obviously the hardest part. It's the most daunting part of getting new things. And running your wires is pretty important, and making sure everything is right is more important. So far we have the whole left side hooked up. Nothing is ran to power. We have one ground going right here. If I have the space in the room, I'll probably run all the rest right there. That should be a good ground. It goes straight to the frame, so there shouldn't be an issue there. Go figure, the battery dies again. So after this died, right, so like literally just a second ago, I ran some wires. I figured out what needs what, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run, this is gonna be a constant power because this is only a 2-prong switch. What happens is this goes through to this, so this is gonna be a constant power coming out. This switch is gonna be a switched power. So this is going to be the power for our lights here. This is going to be a ground. This is going to be a constant ground. So it's going to be a switch power constant ground on the lights. So that's how that's going to work. All these wires are tucked. We got a ground here. I'm going to have to be mindful of the fact that this moves. That ground will move. So I'm going to have to be mindful when I'm mounting this. This one over here is grounded back here. For right now, I'm going to show the proper way to crimp and shrink and connect 2 different wires together. Okay, so that's what we're going to do over here. Alright, so this is on the bike right now and it's crimped. I stripped this wire. This was the other end of the wire. I just split it right there. Added the little bit of length that I needed. Crimp it. I just dropped all of my fucking connectors. I got these spiffy strippers. I love strippers. So we're gonna take this, strip this. That's about right. Okay, take our crimp, spin it on there, nice and tight, throw it in our spot, and squeeze. Now before I forget it, heat shrink on this side. You strip this as well. Take a little bit off of it. Just like that. I like to twist the wires right here. We'll take this. There we go. Crimpers. Red spot. And squeeze. With the heat shrink, slide it over. And then start turning it slowly. Ow! I bought a torch for this, but the torch didn't come with the fuel in it. So it's going to be tacky. It's going to be hot. But now you have your extender. And this will no longer have problems reaching the battery. So that's done. First things first, fuck HIDs. They pull way too much power to be as subpar as they are. LEDs are way superior. I have been dealing with this for 7 hours now. Hasn't been 7 hours for you, but it's been 7 hours for me. No matter how hard I try and make everything work all at the same time, this battery dies. I've now ridden it twice to recharge the battery. Turn it on. So LEDs are going to be the way I go with this. This light is pretty cool. I did get to see it with the Demon and the Angels. It has both. It has like blue coming out of the lights, and then it has a white ring. I don't know if you were able to see them. Yeah, there's the white ring, and then this switch turns on. Oh, hey, the lights are working. Oh yeah, and I put the things in the wrong wire. So the white rings are in the wrong spot. They're getting the wrong power, and the blue ones get the same power. But it's been 7 hours. I am sick and tired of fighting with this fucking thing. I need to get a battery tender now. I'm gonna finish this another day. Everything went not good at all, and everything will go smoothly. I've had wires that were too long, wires that were too short. We'll pick it up after this. So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties.
Was it at least Sweet Baby Ray's?
Actually, as a matter of fact, it was hickory brown sugar. Wait a second. Hold, I forgot I'm recording. I gotta go.
Alright.
Hey. Whoops. Yeah, I clean up. Fuck around. I'll fuck your mom and you'll call me daddy. Okay, believe it or not, it has been 6 days, I believe. Yeah, 6 days exactly since you guys have seen me touch this thing. Everything works. I wanted to see it at the same time you guys saw it. Obviously with having to test it and charge the battery and seeing if everything works, I got to see it before you guys did. Right now I'm gonna walk you guys through all the wiring and stuff, what I figured out, what I did, and all that fun jazz. So as far as the wiring, right, we got this. I showed you guys how to do this. This goes to the battery that runs up to the headlight control module, and then we got all of our wires that come up through here, through the triple tree, into all of the ballasts, lights, and everything like that. This is the original headlight socket right here. I haven't found a difference between high beam and low beam. And then, so the tricky part was getting the halos and the demon eyes to work the way that I wanted them to, because I wanted to turn the key on and then I wanted the lights to be off, but that doesn't happen. As soon as I turn the key on, the lights come on. I wanted to be able to have the key off and control the halos and the demon eyes. So that's what this switch is down here for, on and off. So to get that to work, I ran a ground, and there's also grounds for the ballast as well. There's one here. And then I used the triple tree nut right down in there. That's a ground. All the power wires for the halos, these right here are for the demon eyes. We got demon eyes, and then the halos come into this. This goes into this two-prong switch. Two-prong switch is fed by a constantly on fuse. Once I flip it on, look at that. When I flip it off, they go off. And that'll work all the time, whether the lights are on or off, which is what I wanted it to do. So when I turn the key on, they come on. And they are HIDs. I did not change them out for LEDs. I think I might do that in the future though. The only reason I didn't do it is because I can't tell what kind of bulb would go in there. It's like some super custom stuff in there. That's how bright it is during the day, you know, at dusk. Look at that view though. Oh my God. Anyway, this is what it's looking like at dusk, so it's already brighter than the other ones. But before I kill the battery again, I'm gonna set you guys like probably right there, and I'm gonna throw this together. I'm gonna set this as a time lapse and put everything back together in reverse order. Here is the big reveal. I don't know what you see now, but holy shit. Now I'm also at a hill, so you're gonna see more to the left because that's all uphill. Let's see, does this add any different hue to it or anything? No, just adds blue to the sides. I wonder if it's possible to adjust these because I feel like it's not exactly adjusted quite right. I have absolutely no problem seeing now. Yeah, it's shooting like way off over there. There's probably an adjuster somewhere in this area. Let's give these things a rip here, huh? Yeah, baby! Stop down here and take a look at them. Wow, they are super bright, man. But I think this one on the left is aimed wrong. It's like it's not aimed right. Yeah, so how would I aim that? Can I just reach in there and try and fucking push it? Did that fix it? That got it pretty close. No, it's not. Let's try and not outrun these, but let's try and outrun these. Yeah, they're still way aimed off to the left for some fucking reason. But hey, I can fucking see where I'm going now. Yeah, I mean, these lights look amazing. A nice crisp white. I mean, you guys see it. They'll definitely do well while I ride at night. That's for certain. The other ones, you just, fuck that. Look at that. Yeah, that reminds me. What would you guys think if I did some videos on that thing, huh? What would you think? Let me know down in the comments below what you would think if I made some videos on that. Well, that about does this video, guys. I have more bumps than Johnny Depp after Amber Heard, okay? These mosquitoes ain't no fucking joke. That's the new Headlight.
Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me